Tony's Tractor Adventure.
Well, we are done with the pool.
We're finally done.
Yeah, it's been an ordeal for us. It was not really an ordeal. It's been fun, and anybody could do this if you're motivated or semi-motivated like me.
Or talked into like somebody else. Actually, this young lady right here has wanted a pool. Let's see, we've been married 27 years, so as far back as I can remember,
I've been wanting a pool.
She's wanted a pool.
And his answer was always no.
I was like, no, I don't want a pool, I don't want a pool. Well, about 10 weeks ago, we were talking about a pool. We run across the video on how to do a pool like this. And I was like, you know what, we could do that. We have tractors. You get Tony's Tractor Adventure, so you know we got a tractor. Got a couple of tractors with backhoes. I said, you know, we got that. We've got a post hole digger for putting deck posts in. So we started inventorying everything that we have. Like, we can do this. Now, if you don't have those things, I recommend an LS tractor. I'll tell you that.
Sure makes your life a little easier.
Yeah, they were extra hands for us. Our tractors were. You can rent those, or you know, like the MT125. If you've got a small acreage, that's a great tractor to have. We got that one, and then we got the bigger MT240E, which is a little bit more hefty tractor to do a lot of things. And we got the quick attach front end loader on that, and we use the Work Saver forks to move around a lot of this material. Now, what I'm saying is that you got to have some of this type of equipment to do this type of job. So before we get going too far, a big shout out to LS Tractor. We're big fans of LS Tractor.
Love tractors.
Big fan of WorkSaver.com, which is who our forks are made from. We met Tim at the Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky this past February. I did an interview. I'll leave a little link here for that interview. And we just fell in love with the guy. We just fell in love with the guy. His honesty. His company, their family company. They made in America. They're their philosophy is really, really good.
And good quality work.
Yeah, good quality stuff. Their quality control is really good. So when we decided to get pallet forks, we bought pallet forks from WorkSavers.com. Again, our LS Tractor. If you guys are not familiar with LS Tractor, little plug for LS Tractor. I'm a big tractor guy, so I call myself a tractor nerd. LS Tractor has been in the United States for about 10 years, maybe a little over 10 years now. About 4 years ago, I started following, kind of looking into LS Tractor and did my research on LS Tractor. They've been making tractors for about 50 years. So they're worldwide, they're a huge corporation. They make a lot of tractors for other companies. So you'll go see another tractor and you'll look at it and go, it's this X brand. I'm not going to get into all that stuff, but it'll say X brand on it. It's really not. It's an LS. LS makes a lot of other people's tractors and a lot of other people's tractor parts. A lot of people don't know that. But anyway, enough plugs on the tractors.
You should make our life a little easier having tractors.
If you're going to do something like this, you need either to hire somebody to come out and do the digging, with a backhoe, and that would be relatively inexpensive, or you could rent one from one of the rental places and do it yourself. We wanted to do it all ourselves. Now, having it saying all, Hank Hamilton from Hamiltonville Farm. He only got one farm. I always say Hamiltonville Farms. He always say,
Hank.
Yeah, hey Hank. I always say that Hamiltonville Farms. He goes, Tony, I only got one farm. So Hamiltonville Farm on YouTube. We have become really good friends. He drove up here from Florida. He wants to do one of these projects, so he drove up here for 4 days and spent 4 days with us. And we started to actually, we laid the plans out together, and we actually started digging this
this pool while he was there. He wanted to learn how to use the backhoe, and I'm like, man, come on up. I said, we're going to have plenty of dirt to dig. So he come here being relatively inexperienced on a backhoe, and left here having dug for probably, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 hours. We were sitting on the back. I don't know how many hours we set up.
A lot of digging.
A lot of digging, and
pulling out 2 trees. So.
Yeah, pulling out trees, and these, you know, we've dug some trees up that were really easy, and my wife has these 2 or 8
tulip bushes that turned to trees.
Tulip bushes that got out of hand, and they were out of hand when we bought the place.
Not our fault. I mean.
Yeah, but she won't let me cut them down.
No.
And so she likes them, and they're like, you asked 1,000 people, they're going, they suck. And she's like, I like it, and so it don't really matter what everybody else says. She likes it, so we kept them. Well, because she wanted to pull more, 2 of them had to go. Those things were terrible to gut.
Yeah.
It took us half a day to pull those tulips. I've never seen a tree in my life that hard. You can dig a hickory tree up easier than you can dig up those bushes. Anyway, so Hank come down here and worked with us for, you know, we got to work about 2 days. We got rained out, you know, one day we got rained out a little bit early, but it was hot and we were done anyway.
It was very, very hot.
All right. So big shout out to Hank and Hamiltonville Farm. You guys, if you like tractor stuff, Hank got all kind of tractor stuff. He's got all. They have a Homestead Friday, I think it is. Is that what it is? Farmhouse Friday, I think. Gina, Farmhouse Friday. Gina's got Farmhouse Friday, I believe that's what it is.
I love her style. She's got some awesome stuff.
She's got some amazing style. So they put their stuff out there, you know. But again, thanks Hank for coming up here and doing that. He's a class act. Well, so let's tell you a little bit about how we built this. We started, like I said, the ideal. She wanted a pool. That was the ideal. And then we started drawing sketches and saying, okay, and looking at different types of pool. One more shout out, I'm sorry. Intex Pool. Now, Intex makes all different kind of pools. They make, you know, like the very, very economy pools that you can get at your box stores.
All kinds of sizes. All
kind of sizes, up to this thing, which is a 18 by 32 foot, 52-inch deep pool. This is,
and I had no idea how big that thing was until we actually set it up.
Yeah, so. This is saltwater. My bride of 27 years is from Germany, and everything is metric. Yeah. And I said, you know, how big a pool you want? She said, I want a pretty good sized pool. I said, well, this one's 18 by 32. She's like, that sounds great. And
great for swimming laps.
Yeah, then we get it here, and she's got, oh my goodness, this thing is huge. And you know, she's like, I didn't realize it was this big. Because we ended up having to, what we did, let's start with the digging now. Let's start with the telling the story. We laid it all out, and we knew we wanted the deck to come up and meet the pool. We wanted the pool to be sunk, and we wanted the deck to come up and meet the pool level to give it an in-ground pool feel. So we dug a 4-foot deep pit. Our slope is like this, so it's about 5 foot deep up here, and it goes down, you know, at this end most of it was 4 foot deep. We used a laser level and a laser receiver, and we dug a pit. Let's see, it was 30 foot wide and 42 foot long. Mainly because in the directions are for setting up the pool. Well, most people, you know, a lot of people ain't going to try this. So there's not really any outside dimensions because the legs go out like this. So to be on the safe side, we dug out pretty wide both ways because we wanted to walk around up onto the deck so we could, you know, repairs or whatever, maintain, service, you know, service stuff, plumbing, electrical, whatever we need to do up under the pool. We did that. So we dug this all out. I'm sorry if I'm talking. Just jump in whenever.
No, you're good.
All right.
Go ahead.
So we dug this all out, and after it was all done, we were about a ½ inch out, not even a ½ inch, maybe a ¼ inch out from end to end. We had one little rainstorm in here, and
we had a couple puddles. That was
it. Yeah, everything else run off. There's no standing water. We come in and put about a 3-4 inch layer of sand down for a cushion. Then before we did that, we actually took the tractor and the auger and put post in the ground to build a retaining wall. So we made the 30 foot wide by 42 foot long, and then put these 4x4s in concrete. And it started off really good. We took the tractor and auger, and we went along bloop, 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 and dug these holes. And then we got back around to the other side, and we hit a daggum vein of sandstone. And over here at this end of the retaining wall, the sandstone was about maybe 6 inches to a foot deep in some places. And we burned through 3 set of carbide cutters on the bottom of the postal digger on the tractor.
And they last about 5 minutes or so, and then it
Yeah,
broke.
yeah, it was just like a grinder.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Well, I got to tell the story.
Right.
We were, you know, I'm 50 years old, and sometimes we still do stupid things. We're augering these holes out, and
I think it's called being human.
Yeah, being human. Yeah. Anyway, my dad would have said you can't fix stupid. Anyway, we were augering these holes out. I was like, this is taking forever, you know, and we was hitting that sandstone. And so I pulled the post hole digger up with the tractor. I turned the tractor off. I got out and said, look, I said, the cutters are wore out. And I reached down and touched it. Now, you know what? I run around with a burnt finger for like, you know, 3 days. I had a big red mark on my finger where
Let's learn. Don't touch it.
Yeah, it was really hot, and she thought it was really funny. But anyway, so we burned through 3 set of cutters for that auger to get, you know, to get these posts in the ground.
Had to go next town to get them.
Yeah, we had to go. That took a little time. We had to drive over to like 26 miles each way to Murray, Kentucky, to grab some more cutters because we done bought everything in town.
Yeah. We bought them all out.
We bought them all out before they get them back in. Anyway, so we got the post in. We put concrete in each one of those. Each one of the posts got 50 pounds in the middle posts, and in the key posts were like corners and places that stood along by themselves. We put 100 pounds of concrete. One post, just because it's just the way it happened, we have about 3.5 bags of concrete, so almost 200 pounds of concrete in that one post. And that's just the way it happened. But anyway, so we got the post up, and then we put a retaining wall up around it. And we built our retaining wall on the outside of the post out of 2x10s, 16-foot long, treated. Let me tell you something. We got those fresh off the truck. And those pressure treated 2x10s.
So heavy.
They were heavy. And I mentioned me and her did this together by ourselves.
Us too.
It was our challenge after Hank left. It was kind of our challenge. We're going to do this. We want to do it ourselves.
Thanks to Kelsey, I could not have done this without her help training me.
She's been training at the gym. We both have been doing a little working out, and we're a little bit stronger than we were maybe a year ago. But anyway, these 16-foot 2x10s were soaking wet with that treatment they use, that pressure treated fluid, whatever it is. It was basically just
you
about.
You could see the water coming out of the boards when you put the screws in. That's how wet it was.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So they were really heavy, and we managed to do it. Me and her did it. We would hold, you know, one of us would hold one end, the other would hold the other end. We had the level on it. We're doing like a pretzel, trying to see the little gauge to make sure the wood's level. And you know, she's like, go put it in. So I put the screw in, and then we go to the other end and check it all, and we did it. I don't know how we did it. We invented some things. We used the pallet forks a lot.
Yes.
That was basically my mobile workstation, because instead of lugging those 16-foot 2x10s around, we would keep them on the pallet fork and then make our measurements and use the saw and cut them on while they're on.
It was the perfect levels where you just had to pick them up, and instead of trying to go all down your knees and pick them up, they were right there. Height perfect. So.
Yeah, we use the pallet forks like a work table, and I'm sure that's probably wrong on so many levels, but we did it. And so once the retaining wall was done, we then put the sand down. Like I mentioned earlier, we put about 3-4 inches of sand down, and then we put.
And how to make sure it's level too. That was a challenge.
Yeah,
too.
we've got a packer, and we packed the sand down really, really good. It's made for the underside of a pool. We talked to the rock and sand place and said, hey, we want something that's not going to, you know, cut our pool liner. So then we put the sand down. Then we put the tarp down. The pool comes with a tarp, like it's a liner, it's like a tarp, basically what it is. And we laid it out. It's huge, by the way. 2 people was very difficult, but we got it stretched out. Then we laid the pool in there, and you know, it's all folded in on itself. We get the bottom stretched out the best we can. We did a really good job.
Again, 2 people only.
2 people only. This pool, 18 by 32. This dude's heavy.
It looks easy on the video for a small pool, but with the big pool, you have to have extra help. It's just not the way out.
Well, we didn't have it.
Yeah, but we managed. But if it's so much easier.
It would be. Hey, if you got friends,
call in
a favor. we are retired now, and a lot of our friends are still work, and you know, we still work too. We do this, and we kind of had that challenge. Like I said, we wanted to do it ourselves. Anyway, so we laid the pool out, got it stretched out. We were grouchy with each other some.
Oh yeah.
It was hot.
And I still like him.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna jump into this part real quick. It was through this whole process, we had I can't remember a day that the heat index wasn't over 100 degrees. We had heat indexes of 116 degrees. We had actual temperatures in the hundreds. And for West Tennessee, you know, we have that. I remember actual temperatures being 105 here when I was a kid. So it's not unusual. But we had very little rain, just a few rain. Like I think we're going on 5 weeks now without rain.
I think about 6 weeks.
5 or 6 weeks without rain, without a drop of rain.
Yeah.
While we were out here working with the tractor, it's dusty. So we dug out all this hole. And I forgot to tell you this, we dug out all this hole, and I'll show you videos of all this stuff. We probably took out about 6 or 8 tandem dump truck loads of dirt and set it over here out of the way.
It was like mountains of dirt. I mean,
Yeah.
It was a lot of dirt.
The dogs thought it was like who was going to be king and queen of the mountain. They would.
That was funny.
Yeah, they jumped up on top of the dirt. Anyway.
We even had corn growing on top of it now.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. All this dirt we moved, and there's a stalk of corn growing.
Probably because my bird feeders.
Probably because your bird feeders. Anyway, so we got the pool liner in. We got the pool set up. Before we got the pool set up, what we did is we took the laser level and the receiver. So we made sure at least we put 18-inch blocks under the pool legs. And we make sure each one of them were exactly the same height all the way around the pool. And the retaining wall was already up, so we had to do that inside that retaining wall. So on the far side, we had it closer on one wall than we did the other, purposely, because basically over on that side and that side, we just wanted a pool that we just wanted to walk around deck so you could clean the pool. It's really not for enjoyment on that side, it's more utilitarian. However, the dogs and cats seem to really like it all the way around. Anyway,
I get a great view.
So we got the 16 by 16 concrete blocks down level. Then we set the pool up, and
all this on the hottest day of the day.
Yeah, hottest time of the year.
Early in the morning, and then
it seemed like we were always working the hottest time of the day.
Drank so much water, it was crazy.
Yeah, we drink gallons of water a day. But anyway, so we got the pool set up, and that's running these. Doing the pool with 2 people was hard. It even recommends more people.
Yes.
It recommends 3. We like I said, we wanted to do it by ourselves, so we did. We got the pool set up. Then we got to the point where we needed to build the deck, start building the deck. Well, we contemplated, hand digging the holes for the poles up close to the pool, because we wanted to be able to walk around the pool. On this side of the pool, there's a 5-foot cavity under the deck here for utilities. It's easy for us to get under this side and work on anything we need to work on, the plumbing, the electrical. We ran out here to this already. We run the electrical. We're going to have 30 amps of 220 out here, so we'll have 2 legs of 110, and we have a gas line out here. We have natural gas coming out here, so we're going to hook the grill up to natural gas. We're going to hook there's going to be a little like natural gas fireplace thing right here at some point in the future, and we're going to put a natural gas pool heater on the pool, so that'll make
a couple more projects we wanted to do for the deck, but we haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, we started building the deck. So what we come up with was a deck pier, concrete piers. This ground is so hard and it's sitting on clay and sandstone that it's not going to settle. So we went ahead and put those all around the pool, and that's what we use for our inner support to put our 4x4s on, and then we put joist on. Well, most people would probably build their pools out of 2x6s. They're cheaper, but we're not engineers. So we decided that we would go above and beyond just to be sure. We built everything out of 2x10s except a couple of little trim pieces on the outside. Everything else is made by 2x10s.
He thought it made it stronger, and it will.
It will. All our joists are 2x10s. The biggest gap is 4 foot on center, and then for decking, we decided instead of using decking, which is an inch and a half or inch and a quarter, I think an inch and a quarter thick, we did 2x10 decking as well. I really believe that we can take this and drive a tractor up on it. I have no doubt.
I won't lie to him.
I really want to. I want to drive the little MT125 up here and set it up here, just because I show that, hey, look what we built.
but she won't let me, and it's probably wise. But anyway, so we got this part of the deck here is 12 foot wide by I think about 42 foot long, a little over 42 foot long. And then we got a 3 foot wide deck over here, 3 foot wide deck over here, and then back here at the back we got 5 foot. So you can literally walk around the entire pool, all 4 sides. If you need to do any kind of maintenance or for whatever reason, you can go up on it. If we want to put a light, or electric light over there, or plug on the other side of the pool, we could do that. Whatever we need to do. Like we're going to put lighting out here at some point, so we're going to need a little bit of electric out here. So after we got, I'm trying to think if we missed anything. Pretty much that's the gist of it.
And we had a lot of leftover wood and everything, so that was great for projects like with the post up front that we get with the entrance coming in.
Right.
It's like more like a what?
We'll show you the little picture of this. She took these leftover 4x4s and made pier posts.
Pier posts, yes.
Like on a nautical, like up next to a dock. So she wrapped rope around them and whitewashed them and set them at the front. We have like the main part of the deck, and then at the front we have like a entry deck. Yes. And eventually we're going to put like a cobblestone or pavers up to the house, and we're going to redo our back deck as well. So there's going to be a lot more projects. Yes. We've lived in this house now a little over 3 years, and we're constantly improving it. So there's going to be a lot of projects, to improve the pool area and the back of our house. We're going to try to make it into just as welcoming as we can. And we're not 100% sure we're going to stay here. We bought another piece of property. We're looking at purchasing or building another home up there in the future. But whatever we do here will translate to more value.
We might like it so much over here.
We might like it so much we just stay here. Who knows? We still got the other property. We can do other projects over there too. But I just anything else you can think of you want to say? I'm trying to think. She's doing. We'll show you a walkthrough at the end of this video where the whole project is done. I got a little drone video where we did some flyovers, so you can get a real good idea.
And if you're planning on doing something like this for the next year, don't do it at summertime. Wait till the springtime to do this. But start looking for sales going on. It's great. You can find a lot of stuff on half price. It's just awesome deals out there. So don't jump into it and get everything all at once, because you can save a lot of money.
By doing it at the end of the year, we burn up. We really did. We like to melt it out here for the last 7 weeks. But a lot of the stuff that we purchased, like the pergola,
half price.
A lot of the stuff we purchased we got, they were putting their fall stuff away and putting Christmas out. They're already putting Christmas stuff out.
That's crazy.
September, and they're putting Christmas stuff out. So we got a lot of our stuff at a lot better price.
And also for the season, we're going to change it a little bit out here.
Yeah, we'll change stuff
Christmas
out.
Looking too, so it's going to be kind of cool.
But we my advice to you is anybody can do this. If you're motivated, you can do this project. If you don't feel comfortable using the equipment, you could hire somebody to dig it out, and then you guys could do the rest. But 2 people that are motivated can do this job. It took us a lot of effort and time and
a lot of learning driving the tractor.
A lot of learning. She's getting really good at the tractors. We just had
I'm having a ball doing the tractor. I actually had more fun driving the tractor than building. I didn't want more driving than building. So
yeah, it was heavy work. And we did, after we got through with a load of 16-foot 2x10s, we went to 12-foot 2x10s because they're a little bit lighter and a little bit easier to handle between the 2 of us. So that was a learning curve for us. Yeah. But I'm telling you, anybody can do this. If you've got a tractor or you've got access to a little backhoe, you can absolutely do this. If not, you can hire the hole be dug and then do the deck yourself. One of the reasons that really inspired us to do this project, first off, we wanted to see if we could do it ourselves.
Yeah. And we did it.
But it's a lot less expensive than an in-ground pool, and that's what it looks like now. It's an in-ground pool. We pulled all the dirt back up to the edges, so you can walk off the deck over here on this side. Now this side over here is a basement. It goes out from our basement, so it's dug out. It's still got dirt by the edge, and you could technically walk off if you wanted to. But that side you can walk off towards the road. You can walk off
and it's just like an in-ground pool.
You'll see these on the video.
Yeah, we'll show you in the walk around and some of the flyovers. Anybody can do this if they're motivated, and it's a lot less expensive than a traditional in-ground pool. And let's face it, I mean, if you guys build pools for a living, I'm sorry, but let's say, for example, this pool liner rips. Well, $1,000, we can go get a new pool liner, put it in, and be back in business. You know, this liner is going to probably last us about 10 years. Even a traditional concrete in-ground pool is going to have some sort of maintenance done in 10 years. So this is a lot less expensive. Everything here can be done and maintained. This is a saltwater pool, by the way, which you put, this is a 15,000 gallon pool. We put 360 pounds of salt in it.
It took us about 3 days to fill it up, too.
It did take us 3 days to fill it up. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be to fill it up. We are our own city water, but it, you know, after the first 1,000 gallons, the rate goes really low and really reasonable. So, trying to think of anything else we forgot.
Well, we're kind of losing daylight here, so we're going to.
So we are, yeah, we're losing daylight. It's getting dark.
So if it gets dark on y'all, I'm sorry. It's just we're just finished it up, so we wanted to do it today.
Yeah, we really wanted to share this with you guys today. We're very excited that.
And the pool feels awesome. I mean,
yeah,
we've already. It was like a heater itself, and it just feels wonderful.
Yeah, it's been so hot. The water started out really warm. It didn't take long for it to warm up at all. That's what I was going to ask you. If you tell me in your comments below if you would try anything like this. I'm just curious to who else was crazy enough, who else would be brave enough to try something like this on their own.
Would you do what we did?
Yeah, tell us if you're thinking about this. The video we're doing is going to be really detailed. We'll show you detailed stuff. But hey, before we lose light, hey, just like to take this opportunity to tell you, if you like what we do on our channel, Tony's Tractor Adventure, kind of becoming Tony and Tanya's Tractor Adventure. But if you like what we do, hit that thumbs up and subscribe button for us. And when you hit the subscribe, go ahead and hit the bell. That gives you a notification when we put something new and cool like this out. Thank you very much, and God bless, and have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
If I take my shirt off, the planes try to land out here from the white, reflecting into the sky.
Back to me.